Hello everyone and welcome to my Rik Reverb heroic raid guide. This boss was a little bit bugged when we tested it. It would just keep people at 10 stacks and add spawned a little bit far away, but got the general idea of the fight and can go through it and show all the mechanics. So it's a fun fight. It's a two-phase fight. The first phase is basically about making sure pylons don't get to full energy and killing some ads, together with a lot of visual clutter that you need to dodge or do something with. And then you go into phase 2 where it's essentially like an intermission and you stand on a pylon, it explodes, you get knocked up in the air, and then you dodge a beam that goes underneath you, much like Anseric, and yeah, then you go back into phase 1 once you've used all of the amplifiers that were down apart from one, I believe, and you reset into the first phase again. Okay, so let's go through the mechanics. So the first thing to talk about really is the amplifiers themselves. So essentially they'll spawn near the boss when they first come down, and you'll see that there'll be these two orange circles both here, and that's going to be where the amplifiers are going to spawn. And then essentially you want to move the boss away. If the boss is within sort of 15 yards, it will make the amplification go up faster. So you can see that one jumped up a bit. Yeah, so going on what we want to do with the amplifiers, essentially you'll want to go over, click on the amplifier, and what that'll do will give you a debuff, and it will stack up to 10 times, and it will last for 4 or 5 seconds, and essentially you'll remove the energy from the amplifier. So that's what you want to do. You can see I've clicked, I've got a load of stacks, and then I've gone back to my tanking duties. And that's how you want to deal with it. As I said, when we did it, it was bugged, but it should be, you just don't go above a certain amount of stacks if it's lethal. You get it put down a bit, and then yeah, you stop soaking. It's somebody else's job to take over. So just talking about an ability that's sort of linked to it, you get this thing called faulty zap that comes out, okay? And it goes on a load of random players. You can see I'll highlight it here, everyone that it's on, and they need to spread. You don't want to be stood within that circle, you'll take damage. But what this also does is increase nature damage taken by 75% for 12 seconds. So do not try to soak while you have this debuff, okay? Just spread out, get away from the boss, and carry on. And just a very quick note that if they do reach 100% energy, they will start going haywire. Haywire is just increased damage coming out of them. So it doesn't mean it's a wipe instantly, but you do need to make sure someone has got to it very quickly to soak it. Okay, so the boss will do a cast called Echoing Chant. And when that happens, basically all the pylons that are around the room will start doing little sonic resonant echoes. They're really hard to see. They're all over the room, and there's also ads to kill. So it is not the easiest to be aware of. So I'll just show you those again. So all of these white little discs are the things that you want to essentially dodge. If you get hit by one of them, you have a dot put on you. If you get hit by 2 of them, you get mind controlled. You can get out of mind control with tremors, or I'm unsure if you can get out through damage taken. You might be able to, just don't kill the person and obviously call their name. And don't put stows on them, it's horrible. But yeah, essentially do not get hit by those, they're horrible. Okay, so the next thing you have to worry about is a sound cannon. It's a beam, essentially. It will target one player. There'll be blue on the outside of it. There's a big line between the person it's going to hit and the raid. Do not be in this line and make sure you're dodging. So we can see it there going off. I'll just replay that and show you. So we can see the beam going from here to here. No one should be in that beam, and the other person should stay still and not run it around. And then yeah, it goes off. That's it, done. And carry on as normal. Okay, so the next thing you need to worry about is some ads. Essentially, for every ad that you don't kill, it'll do a grand finale, and that just puts a load of damage onto the raid, and it will kill your raid. So you want to kill all of them. You can see them spawning here. We have 3 good ones. We can kill all of them. They're all stacked. And then we have one horrific one over here that's going to probably go off and cause us to take a boatload of damage. So they should be quite nicely stacked now, is what's been said. So we'll see. But if there is one that's miles away like that, then you're going to need to have people hard assigned to DPS it. Essentially, it's just a case of get them killed, try and avoid the raid damage from them going off. You can see it hits like an absolute truck. And then you get a nice buff from it. Okay. And just very quickly for the tank stuff, basically don't hold the boss near the pylons. Do not face the boss towards the raid. It does a frontal 9-yard cone, and it puts a stacking debuff on you where you take more and more damage. So you swap at 4 to 6 stacks, and you make sure there's no one in front of it, and you make sure you move the boss very well. And then don't hold them by the amplifiers. So have a set route or a circle that you're going to move in, and make sure you're not on top of one. Okay, so phase 2 is pretty self-explanatory. So I'll just show you what happens and you'll be able to figure it out. One pylon is going to sort of show that it's going to blow up, like that one over there, you see. You all go to it and you hope that you don't get hit by the shit as you're getting knocked up. So there you go, up you get. It knocks you slightly back, so wherever you are, try and be knocked towards other pylons. So here, I should not have gone this side of the pylon. I should have gone the side of the pylon that makes sense. Actually, changed my mind, there was one behind and I didn't see it, so there you go. Again, this one, I should be in front of the pylon because I should be getting knocked towards there, not backwards. And that's a mistake that I made. So yeah, so basically try and get knocked towards the next pylon. It's not always possible, but you can be knocked towards some pylons, and that's it. That's phase 2. Just survive. So just a quick TLDR. Essentially, in phase 1, move the boss away from pylons. Rotate the people who are making the pylons go from 50 energy to 0 energy, whatever energy they're at. And if you've got the faulty zap, do not soak. The person that gets the beam, stand still, everybody else move out. Don't get hit by the little white circles, you'll get mind controlled. Go into phase 2, find the pylon that's going to knock you somewhere, try and make it knock you towards the next pylon that's going to blow up, and rinse and repeat. Enjoy the kill. As always, a big thanks to those that help, and please leave a like and subscribe, it means a lot. Thanks, see you in the next one.